Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are in game number 2 between TSL Polt and Gosu's HwangSin. This time we were here on Antigua Shipyard. Our Red Protoss player HwangSin spawning in the lower left-hand spawn location as our Red Protoss player. I already said that. And his opponent, TSL's Polt, winner of last game, the Blue Terran player spawning in the upper right-hand spawn location. Let's talk about last game for a moment. Just a quick little recap. Polt decided to go command center first. HwangSin made him pay for that. We saw HwangSin pull off with, it was 6 or 7 probes and push with 2 zealots, and with that he was able to force Polt to cancel the expansion and then was also able to do a little bit of damage. Now the issue with that though is while all this was happening, Polt was inside of his base mining like normal, just getting a strong economy going, continuously building SCVs, all that wonderful stuff. And although he was forced to cancel his expansion and lose a few of those resources spent to build it, he was also having a strong economy. Now HwangSin pulling down with a lot of his probes in order to force the pressure to make Polt cancel that expansion took an econ hit early on. I think what happened last time was Polt took advantage of the fact that HwangSin was behind economically, and with his consistent aggression, as strong as HwangSin was in defending, Polt was able to just be consistently aggressive and maintain that strong economy that he started the game with that HwangSin unfortunately didn't have because he pulled workers, and eventually just overwhelm him. Besides that early game push and forcing a cancel and killing off a few Marines, HwangSin really did no damage last game. He wasn't aggressive after that point at all. He simply couldn't be because Polt kept pushing him. So, I mean, there you go. It's unfortunate because that was one of the most fantastic openings I've ever witnessed from HwangSin. I mean, that type of aggression was just craziness, and I wanted it to pay off. I wanted HwangSin to win for that reason, because I love to see that kind of mix-up in gameplay. You know, you get someone who goes with a very risky expansion, and you just stick it to him. You're like, yeah, you're gonna pay for that. But I mean, as we saw in the end, it wasn't worth it. HwangSin probably would have been better off just not getting his cyber core, getting a nexus as fast as possible, then going cyber core, and then just progressing as normally from there. Probably would have been better for him, but not nearly as exciting. So HwangSin's loss was our gain, unfortunately enough. All right, now HwangSin is coming out with a very fast expansion. He has actually decided to go Nexus first. Here comes that gateway after the fact. This is just a little bit over 3/4 of the way finished now. Polt getting an early expansion as well, but a little bit delayed in comparison to where HwangSin got his. And obviously this is stuff that Polt is aware of, but really not too much he's going to be able to do about this. He's got a couple of Marines coming out. We're going to have the early game Zealots being chrono boosted, plus a few workers should be enough. Now we will be seeing Polt attempt to come out of the bunker, and this is something that could do a lot of damage if Polt manages to get it through. HwangSin absolutely has to stop this from happening. He cannot let this finish at all. We'll be trying to engage that SCV. We're seeing Polt pull off and then rebuild to basically try to prevent those probes from being able to kill him off. But that first Zealot is going to force the cancel, force the SCV back. Marines still trying to do a little bit of damage, killing off a worker, and they're actually heading back towards the middle now too, as they don't quite want to engage that Zealot at the moment. Second Zealot coming out, and now a Stalker being chrono boosted, although that is probably no longer necessary as Polt is deciding to head back to the center of the map, at least for now. We will be having one refinery come on through here for Polt. He's continuing up his Marine production. Here comes a bunker. Yeah, he's not planning on being that aggressive. He's actually planning to be defensive, just in case we see some aggression from HwangSin. HwangSin still with the 1 gateway, continuing to produce units. He already has 1 Zealot and a Stalker in play. Second Stalker will come out as soon as the supply block is lifted. There we go, finally gets taken care of. So it's going to force all those Marines back. They cannot deal with this, not at all. 2 Zealots, sure, but 2 Zealots and a Stalker, heck no. And they're forced to head back, and Stalker actually might get a kill here. We're very close to a kill. So he's chasing this 1 Marine. Bye-bye, Marine. Stalker gets the kill. Won't be able to get a second one, though, as he's pulling up towards that bunker. Into safety. There it is. Forcing everything back. HwangSin now realizes I cannot engage that, so let's pull back. Stalker right here wouldn't be a bad idea. You let the Zealots go home just to get some scouting intel, but I guess deciding not to do that at the moment. Back over here in the main of HwangSin, we've got 2 more gateways coming through. Working up to a Twilight Council as well. Warp gate research almost finished. Polt with the double refinery, getting both those saturated. Nothing at the natural yet. Also coming out with that stim pack research. Marine Marauder. Early game. What do you expect? That's what we're going to see here. Zealot grabs the tower. Yeah, just going to sit there. Yeah, decides not to continue pushing. And look at this. Circumventing the middle of the map. We will be seeing that SCV secondary scouting move up to check the third. We do have Blink research now coming out of the Twilight Council. That will be Chrono boosted. Blink Stalkers again. HwangSin loves them so much. Polt continuing to move forward with his SCV. He will be spotted by those Stalkers and likely sniped. Yeah, he is dead. Gets nothing. Absolutely nothing. He doesn't even break the plane here of this ramp to see if there was a third. And as it so happens, HwangSin moving up now will be dropping the third. So HwangSin starting off with the early Blink Stalkers and moving into a third, trying to get that strong econ going and trying to defend himself, maybe do a little bit of poking and prodding with the Stalkers as well. Yeah, it's quite possible. Yes, it is. Big massive bio here for Polt, and he keeps him churning. Marine Marauder and soon to be Medevac. Starport coming through. Here comes that reactor. Come on, reactor. There you are. Starport and reactor. So again, those double medevacs is what will be coming out. And here comes that poking and prodding that I mentioned was a possibility. Move forward, you know. Test the waters. See if he's got a third going. Blink back if things get dangerous. No problem. No problem at all. There isn't even any concussive shell here, so he will have no issue. Now, we can't blink into the main. Of course, there is no robo, and as a result, no observer. So no vision on the high ground means that he cannot get himself up there. That'd be awesome right now, though, huh? If he could get some Blink Stalkers up there, do some damage. But no go, as he has, instead of getting that robo and observer, decided to move into his third. Still nothing, so he'll just be using this to spot the front. He still decided not to poke at all. Probably really concerned about Marauders being in those bunkers, just laying waste to a couple of Stalkers before he could even get away. Factory, after finishing the reactor and swapping with the starport, gets moved out for scouting, and you can see the path right there. Be moving in this direction, probably pulling forward to try to scout this expansion as well. I don't know if he has scanned it, has he? No, he hasn't scanned it yet, so we'll be relying solely on that factory scout. Two Marines move forward, check in for pylons and probes. They walk into Blink Stalkers, though, and get dropped very quickly. Now, we do have the level 1 weapons upgrade coming out here for Polt. Also coming out with the combat shield, just about finished. Concussive shell working on through with the double medevacs in play. Polt finally deciding it is time to push. Now we have seen HwangSin spot the factory, so he will be sniping that out of the sky. But here comes the aggression right now from Polt. Charge Zealot upgrade almost finished. That's going to help HwangSin in this defense quite a bit. Plus those sentries for some force fields and Guardian shield. I don't know that Polt is actually going to be able to do too much damage here. It will come down to positioning. As long as HwangSin doesn't get caught out of position, he should be okay here, especially with those Charge Zealot upgrades. More Charge Zealots coming through. Now we're seeing Polt try to break down these rocks. He's actually just walking by them. Third coming up right now for Polt as well. Does he know that okay, well, there's no rocks there, so he should probably move down to defend. And here we go. Charge Zealots getting warped in onto the high ground. Tries to drop the pylon in time, but he is unable to do so, as the Zealots do finish. And yeah, Polt definitely really can't push on this right now. He just doesn't quite have the force necessary. Oh no! Oh no! Medevacs drops one. Almost gets the second. Polt's bio delays that from happening, but he gets a medevac filled with units. Beautiful there by HwangSin. Absolutely beautiful. Take a look at those resources lost. That hurt bad. That really hurt Polt. He's going to keep at it, though, as he's lifting up the remaining 3 medevacs, filling them completely units and preparing to drop into the main. You can see right now Blink Stalkers here for HwangSin are prepared to deal with that, with said drop. Polt now finished his third. Continuous bio coming out, more medevacs as well. How many medevacs he has in play at the moment? 5, so 2 have joined his main force, plus the 3 droppers will be taking place. We got Sonic Storm research coming out here for HwangSin. He is sitting gateway heavy, as we can see. And here we go, some mobilization as the bio here in the center of the map starts to twitch around. And the medevacs attempt to go over here, but again, those Blink Stalkers gonna make that nay impossible. Really can't push on that. He's just gonna take too much of a loss before he even got anyone out of those medevacs. He's just gonna try to reposition it. Yes, he is. There it goes, drop, moving into the main. He's got a lot here. It all gets down, drops 1 medevac, but still there's a ton of bio left here, tearing through those Zealots. Stalkers will get worked as well. Rest of the bio moving on over here. Scanning, looking for the location. That has a lot of charge outs. He's going to be continuing to drop in the main. Uh-oh. Already lost 2 warp gates. Here goes a 3rd. This is really bad. Storm goes down, does some damage to that bio. I don't actually know that he killed anything. Just did some splash damage all around, but didn't kill anything. Now, cornering the forces here with those charge outs. This is going to force a liftoff. He cannot deal with that many charge outs. Oh, gets the medevac. Another medevac gets dropped there. You're going to be seeing a push here on this expansion. They're about even right now in terms of resources lost. Another storm gets laid down. A few charge outs move forward. These guys are being idle, which is really bad. They should be assisting here. There we go. Finally moving forward. Charge Zelt's trying to assist here. More forces moving in this direction. He's taking care of this, but there are some reinforcements coming down over here. HwangSin about even now. Unfortunately, HwangSin is a little bit behind, about 650 resources behind to be exact. This is a bad position for him. It's really difficult for his forces to actually get up, and there's a beautiful concave here for Polt, and just watch him work through HwangSin's forces. Ouch, more reinforcements coming down. But the same is the case here for Polt as he's continuing to push forward and reinforce this engagement, lifting off some forces trapped on the wrong side of the force field. More force fields get laid down, but there's a lot of bio here. We'll be laying a lot of DPS. Those Zealots down there doing absolutely nothing. A few charged Zealots managing to pin a few of that bio against that force field wall off, and finally there, HwangSin able to fully defend and push back Polt, dropping a lot of medevacs. HwangSin still behind a bit. Decent defense, though. He took some pretty significant damage, losing a few gateways up here, and obviously all the forces that he lost as well. Polt now coming out with a 4th base. Let's take a look at the upgrades here. 0-2, no armor, but level 1 armor and weapons level 3 coming out right now for Polt. And back over here for HwangSin, he is actually 2-2, working up 3-3 right now. So they're still about even. Let's take a look at the workers kill. Not a lot of that has taken place at all. They're about even in terms of upgrades. How many High Templar do we have in play? Let's take a look at that. That's what I'm looking for. 7 High Templar with Storm researched. So I don't know. I'm just gonna say they're about even right now, across the board. I mean, yes, HwangSin is behind. That's actually a fair number of resources to be behind, but I don't think it's that detrimental right now. They've got about the same size army. Polt actually eking ahead right now quite a bit. Never mind, 108 to 68. We're gonna have a drop in the main again, and this time he's not really ready for it. He's not ready for that at all. This drop is gonna hurt. Here comes a drop inside of the main. Bit of bio pushing on over here into this expansion as well. Gonna drop a few of those High Templar. Bio over here doing a lot of damage. Now Storm goes down, and a few more charged Zealots warped in. Should be, I don't know actually if he's gonna take care of the rest of this. HwangSin able to delay any pushes over here at this expansion. He lost a few of those High Templar. They're finally forcing the liftoff over here. Polt is continuing to push though. He's got some bio over here, bio over here. Storm gets laid down. Nice Storm. Doing a bit of damage and forcing all of that bio back. Still have all those forces over here. Charged Zealots moving in this direction. The rest of the bio going to come over here and get a little bit of a flank here. Polt with some good positioning. Able to stay away from a lot of those Zealots and continuous storms. More bio reinforcements. Polt also has the center map expansion up and running. That's going to give him a very strong income right now. And HwangSin trying to force these forces back. The Immortals help tremendously. Nice, another snipe against a medevac. Stimmed up bio, gonna tear through some of those stalkers, pushing down from over here. More reinforcements. Polt continues to reinforce at the center of the map. And he finally forces HwangSin back. And HwangSin, 49 supply for army size as opposed to 79. Continuous reinforcements. Polt, man, he's just all about reinforcing these engagements. He commits to these things. I gotta give it to him here. Gotta give him a hand. He really commits to these engagements. Planning another drop right now as he lifts off. Make sure you send the fold medevacs there. There you go. Send those 2 medevacs there to the main. HwangSin has scouted that, so he's aware that that is coming. That actually should be okay over here. Making that transition into Colossus. Thermal Lance coming through as well. But look at this. He's got planetary mining over there. He's got another expansion over here. Income-wise, Polt is in a very strong position. And HwangSin, if he does not expand soon, that could be a major problem for him. Alright, Colossus moving forward with those Charge Zealots, Archons, and High Templar. Going to force back that Bio. He's not ready for Colossus right now. He's dead in Vikings, but there you go. Bio moving into the backside. Going to try to pin a few of these forces. No, doesn't end up taking that. Going to snipe the Colossus from over here, though. Needs to be careful. Oh, so much Bio. Sniping down those Colossus so quickly. HwangSin getting caught in a terrible position. Loses all those Colossus, which could have been his saving grace. And is forced to call the GG. HwangSin made the transition into Colossus in the late game, which would have been perfect for him, especially considering that Polt had no Vikings in play. Unfortunately, here he gets caught in a terrible position as Bio are able to sweep up on his Colossus and snipe them out without the meat shield of those Zealots. Quickly mop them up and force the GG. Alright guys, that is the series going to Polt as he wins 2-0 against HwangSin. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe. Thanks again, guys. Keep watching and keep owning.